particularly in balancing their careers and raising the kids. And then it gets to a really madcap place in the last act.
So when you watched the trailer, what was the vibe you got watching the trailer?
I thought it was going to be really silly, like over-the-top antics, a lot of slapstick humor. And that really doesn't happen until the last third of the movie.
Yeah.
And then it goes.
I wasn't sure there was humorous parts. As you heard in the clip, Andy Samberg and Kate McKinnon play two of their friends, and they're married, whatever the definition for them of happily is, but they're also really weird. But this was one for two actors of this caliber. I mean, this is Benedict Cumberbatch twice nominated for an Oscar, Olivia Colman an Oscar winner, although for The Favorite, so I mean, that's a whole different story.
But a movie with lots of physical comedy. I mean, The Favorite had a lot of pratfalls.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
but in this case, for two talented actors, I had this weird paradox. I was never sure that they were in love with each other, but I was also never sure that they hated each other. And this needs to work by you thinking one and then the other. And it felt like I was somewhere in the middle, and I wasn't sure if they were they really mad at each other, or did they like each other? I didn't know for sure.
Well, see, I was curious to talk to you about it because I thought it actually handled the conflict in their marriage like in an interesting way, but not in a funny way. Like, I thought that her resentment of him raising the kids, his resentment of her
being successful,
but also her not appreciating him raising the kids, like all of that dynamic, I was like, I bet a lot of couples can relate to these feelings, but not in a funny way, but in like, it was more authentic than I expected, but that's coming from a single person who,
No, but I actually agree with you, and I liked, because the original War of the Roses was about yuppie battles, and it was about selfishness. And I will say the endings are similar but different. That's only will make sense if you've seen both of the movies at the end. It ends in a similar way, but with a different tone into the final scene.
Yeah.
But I
would almost relate this more to like Marriage Story.
But I liked how it took contemporary things and fit it in. And I didn't see Marriage Story. I should probably watch that one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's more caustic than this, but still, like just the conflict between a couple, like it felt more of a drama to me than a comedy.
Well, they get to a point where it turns into a contest to see who can hurl the most hurtful insult, and then who can ruin the other's career, because they kind of have differing arcs. Hers starts to pick up as his dips, and so they end up trading roles. That's what I thought was the most interesting about this, kind of like what you were touching on. When it was all said and done, just because the actors were great, I just couldn't figure out what I was supposed to think based on their performance. I mean, Olivia Colman turned in a really good one, and Benedict Cumberbatch was kind of a whiny... Like I got where some of his angst came from, but I also thought it was a bit much. But that's just me.
I mean, but it would be easy to be resented, to feel resentful in that situation where he's the one that has to do the more at-home responsibility, the less praised, especially because he has like a huge embarrassment and his career's kind of ruined at the beginning. So I don't know. I felt some empathy for him, but yeah, they didn't have like amazing chemistry as
you kind of need that for this, because you need to know they love each other. So that is The Roses. I gave this one also B-. It is rated R. So are you fresh or rotten?
I was actually going to go fresh on it, 3 stars, so it's not like a huge recommendation, but I thought it was interesting as a like study of marriage, even though it's not